Hey guys, Ranchin here. This is going to be the final match in Group D of the round 32 of the whatever MSL 2010 spring season. The Ranchin MSL continues. Yes, represent. We're going to have Cal, a.k.a. Godzilla. God, I hope he makes it through just so I can keep doing that. At the upper right-hand position, as the teal protoss in the bottom left-hand position, we're going to have HiyA as the blue terran. HiyA! So maybe I should actually root for HiyA just so I can keep saying HiyA! How neighbor? No. So it's basically a guy that goes around saying HiyA against Godzilla. So it's going to be insane. 34, 35. It's not really necessary, but I'm doing it anyway. For light-seeking purposes, so that if it does appear and you guys are like, oh, Ranchin is a quarter of a second off sync, why that crazy old man? Well, I'm not really old, I'm young, still got more life left to lead. I actually feel like I'm younger than I actually am. Ever had that? Probably because, like, you still do those hobbies, video games and all that stuff, and you're casting professional esports. That's insane. But, this is pretty much each of the players' best matchup, and this is HiyA's best shot at getting to the round of 16. He is a versus protoss specialist, very much a sniper in that regard. Has, I believe, a 60%, 61% win rate. Cal, meanwhile, has lately become a versus terran specialist himself, where he used to be a Zerg sniper, but kind of switched that over to become much stronger against terrans lately. He's going to put up his initial gateway and then scout with his probe, so nothing together unstandard going in here. HiyA sending out his SCV towards behind the mineral lines just to make sure that Cal doesn't go for anything crazy. He did see what happened, mind you, it didn't work out, but he did see what happened against Great, and he doesn't want to be the victim of some such shenanigans himself. So some people there are sitting there not really looking at anything, staring at their little, did that guy have a DS or something? I don't know. But yeah, some people, not everybody being overall too excited, which is sad because Cal is like awesome. He's one of my favorite, aside from Bisu and Stork. Cal is my favorite. Cal is my favorite Protoss player, to be most likely followed by Movie. And those four are, like, for me, like, the Protoss players to watch. Booyah. Of course, there are other good players out there, but for me, those guys are the thing. Those guys are it, the best. Yes. So let's see. Cal, one gateway, first initial Zealot, saw Summoner's Core getting put up there, pretty sure. We're going to see what HiyA goes for, whether he decides to go for quick, fast expo or try to pressure instead. Initial Zealot actually going to go out there and scout. Where, of course, Zealot's very powerful scouts. They can survive, take quite a few hits. Initial factory coming down, and I think I saw, one single SCV mining from the refinery, and Cal spots that, so Cal's know what's coming at him. Cal knows, this is going to be a fast expansion, so he most likely will counter by planting down his own expo. He might actually switch it over to try to go for something a lot more pressure heavy, but I'm not altogether too sure. Setting out that initial Zealot, I'm not quite sure if he has that probe there waiting for it. It's actually going to go out there and maybe try to do some damage. Initial Marine is already there, never mind. He's going to have another Marine, and that barracks and the supply depot standing next to each other are going to be very effective. Second gateway coming down for him actually before that expo. So he might be switching over to pressure build, going to maybe try to pump some heavy Dragoons and do some damage. Zealot going to go in there, try to engage the Marine. But two Marines engaging each other. The CV, close to being put down, but not happening. Probe going to go down. The CV will die, and the Zealot doing that will we had to sacrifice a heavily advanced AI worker. But the very least took it on a CV, yay. On the opposite side, Summoner's Core is spinning and going to be a Dragoon produced. And this might be a fake out on his part, but I really believe that is just Goon range. He's going to try to go in and pressure with 2-gate goons, try to do some damage. SCV's get finally killed, and initial Dragoon going to go out there. 4 Marines on the opposite side going to be waiting for 5th Marine coming up as well. No more Marine production, most likely just going to halt that, continue mining, and Cal meanwhile going to push out. I think HiyA's just going to get his initial tank going, then just go for the standard, get those 5 Marines there, get a tank, get a Vulture. If he gets a tank, he actually goes Vulture first, so it might be going mines first, probably going mine first, actually, now that he gets his Vulture out there. But so many players do that generally, get mines before siege. So we're going to see what it does the same here. Going to put down his command center, so his actually expansion coming in very late. I thought he was going to expand much, much sooner, but he decided against that, actually put down his... In fact, I've decided not to plant down the command center right at the Natural Expo. Meanwhile, Cal does put down his own Nexus. So yeah, HiyA kind of did cut his production, did cut his gas mining, but still didn't really go very heavily. That's probably why his tanks being delayed heavily. He did go for that mine upgrade, but doesn't have any tanks out there. Just going to be able to defend with vultures and those mines. And commands are going to float up as soon as that becomes available. Actually going to send one vulture out there. As planet mines outside that cow, so be very careful not to catch his dragoons in that. Very careful outside those mines. He should know those are up there. Vulture still mining against that. So micro against that cow. Oh yeah, just tops outside those mines. Like, you know what? Nah, I don't think that's going to be very healthy to go out there. There's no sign that says beware of minefield or something like that, and usually with like a skull and crossbones in there, but or like a picture of a dude flying in the air with one of his eggs flying in another direction than he's flying, and a little explosion on the bottom. I don't know if those signs exist, but if those do, I think they tell me pretty good exactly what's going on. I'd rather have one of those signs than a skull and crossbone, because skull and crossbones just kind of tells me, danger here, do not move forward. And I'll be like, okay, what kind of danger? What should I be expecting? What should I know? But dude flying, but a dude in the air with some of his body parts flying in many different directions, and a small explosion pretty much tells me not to pretty much turn around and go in the opposite direction and run, and not being silly. So that's that. We saw Cal also putting down his observatory. So he's going to try to get the scout in there. He doesn't really know, hasn't really been able to get the scout for a while. Doesn't know exactly what HiyA's going for, but also putting down Citadel Dunes. So going to go pretty standard Goon Zealot start off. We saw the first initial tanks coming out from HiyA, and he's now putting down his academy, so he's going to have some concentration up as well, because he himself hasn't really gotten the scout out. But he might actually decide to push now. Has a few vultures. He's planted some mines outside, so he's going to be able to pressure. Cal putting on a couple pylons next to those mineral fields just to make a smaller chokes. He has a different, I think, 5 dragoons? Decent number of dragoons out there. Probe that we're waiting, I think, to plop down some more tech as soon as he's available. That Silver Doom come down, so we're probably going to see Stargate at the upper right-hand position. Ooh, yeah, planning on Stargate upper right-hand. This might be Arbiters, most likely Arbiters. I've been surprised before, and don't forget, every day is Prove Ranch and Wrong Day, so I might get a complete surprise. Meanwhile, HiyA going to move out quite a few Marines, large Marine count. He did go out and clear those mines, so he's going to be pushed back now, but at the very least, he wasn't trying to put a base down. Put a base down. 3 tanks. There are a lot of Marines, so they're going to be able to eat up a lot of these Dragoon hits. Vultures coming in close, planting mines as well, going to force some of these Dragoons back. Cal with some decent anti-mine micro. One man managed to come down. Another mine at the front. Still no mines coming down. All the Marines finally dead, so the Dragoons are going to come in, going to try to pressure, pick it off a tank. Continue coming in the pressure. Going to try to pick off the second tank. Going to get picked off. Good, nice anti-mine micro, but finally pushing back with these Dragoons. Going to have to be very careful not to get those Vultures. Oh, Vultures going to manage to get inside the main. Both of them very heavily damaged. He's going to plant down a couple of mines at the walkway. Yeah, there's an observer in there, so he's going to come in and save the day. But still, that Vulture might actually manage a couple probe kills before that happens. Tank here at the front, heavily damaged. One more hit on that's going to go down. Probe's actually coming out to pick off the Vulture. 3 Vultures here at the front, and tank being repaired by the SCV slowly but surely. The Dragoon comes out and takes one shot at that. It might take that down. Mine's going to be planted on top, and Cal actually blocking off to make sure that Vultures can't get through here. Observer coming down, spotting the mines, but now taking damage from the siege tank, unfortunately. He's going to siege up, but he's actually been attacked across the bridge with the Dragoons. Oh! HiyA with a very timely unsiege there earlier. And Cal actually blocking himself in with that one single pylon, but he knows he doesn't want those Vulture run-bys. But at the very least, HiyA doing a good job with some constant pressure, adding in 3 additional factories. Still don't know what exactly Cal went for there at the back. They haven't showed that in a while. It's going to be a scout. Oh, man. Cal's going to go for a scout. Going for Arbiter Tribune. He's going to go for a scout just to pick off those tanks, those Grand Force. Nothing anti-air. So this is actually a move of brilliance. He's done this before. Or wasn't it Cal? I'm pretty sure it was Cal that played against Fujiji in the Arena MSL and went for scouts and used those pretty well. Maybe a lot of mines get, amongst those probes. All those going to get picked off. And those Vultures just ripping into those probes, only getting picked off, a bunch of them running towards the assimilators. But the scout, all the Vultures getting cleared out, and the scout actually eventually going to be able to pick off this tank. The Goons are coming in close. Why are they doing that? Why do you do that, Cal? Just let the scouts fly up there and pick off everything. Just let them take care of the problem. Of course, you missed in a lot just to get that scout out there, but hey. Yay for Scout that manages to go out there and pick tanks. Now he's going to go around there, clear up some of those mines, and he really needs to pick up a base. Really needs to pick up that mineral. He lost quite a few probes in there. He needs to catch up economically. He's going to have his initial Arbiter out very